When do you think we're going to Mars?
We should put people on the surface of Mars within a decade. I think we need to get a large delivery to the surface of Mars, and then people will start thinking harder about it. And then I think within 5 or 6 years, people will see that that will be a real place to go.
SpaceX's Gwynne Shotwell, recently speaking at the Satellite 2024 conference, said the 4th test flight of the Starship rocket could come in as little as 6 weeks. Did you hear? SpaceX might be launching Starship again in just 6 weeks. This video unpacks everything we know about the upcoming IFT4 flight, including possible tower catches, daring landings, and what it takes to reach orbit. Get ready for an amazing video as we explore the future of space travel with Starship. But before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe to it so you will never miss any updates in the future. Let's dive into the video. The Starship IFT4 flight is on its way to surprise you after some time after the successful missions of IFT1, IFT2, and IFT3. In IFT3, they carried out a few noteworthy activities. Starlink satellites are utilized by one of them, the hatch. The hatch is opened, Starlink satellites are launched into orbit, and eventually, they make money off of those satellites because SpaceX offers high-speed internet to rural areas where it is not readily available. The hatch store's experience was mediocre at best. IFT3 was a huge success overall, as everyone is aware. Now, that's crucial since we need to discuss something Gwynne Shott, the COO of SpaceX Works, will be talking about. She works closely with Elon Musk and is always aware of everything that's happening with Starship. She recently participated in a satellite conference and said something extremely fascinating. Consequently, this is the IFT4 timeline. According to her, SpaceX will be prepared for launch in about 6 weeks or a month and a half. This is incredibly fast considering that most launches take 4 to 5 months. Elon Musk has mentioned that SpaceX will launch 9 Starships this year, so if they can complete these in a month and a half, I can see that happening. The fact that they are attempting to increase the number of launches to 9 the following year, and given SpaceX's track record, they may even increase it to 30 and continue to build on the accomplishments of these Starship launches going forward, make this a major development. Previously, they were only authorized to do 5 launches a year. According to her, the teams are currently analyzing the information from IFT4, and they should keep in mind that there won't be any satellites on board IFT4 when it comes to the hatch and bay doors. My initial assumption was that they would implement IFT4 together with a dummy satellite. Although I was aware that they would do another hatch test, I was unsure about the dummy satellites. This was a source of friction for me as they have a lot of other issues to attend to, maybe including another propellant transfer. We don't have the propellant transfer data, therefore I can't say that with certainty. They claimed it was successful, but was it 99% or 100% successful? We're not positive for sure, so we're wondering whether they'll undertake another propellant transfer for IFT4, maybe simply to make sure they can use that for the Artemis program, which is NASA's next effort to get humans to the moon. The propeller must be transferred in orbit from a tanker Starship to a flying moon Starship, a lunar Starship, and the HLS Starship, which SpaceX will use to land those people on the moon. This propellant transfer is crucial because SpaceX will be landing those people on the moon using the HLS Starship. Next, science will be conducted on the moon in many different locations, thus the propellant transfer will remain uncertain but feasible at this point. We know that we might have a lot more Starlink and Starship flights this year because Gwynne stated that the 6 weeks will be sufficient. Although I'm not sure when, it's probably around the end of the year when they start launching Starlink. Gwynne clarified, however, that this year's objective for the Starship is to enter orbit, drop satellites, and retrieve both phases. It follows that the second tower at Starbase is currently under construction. It will be the catch tower for now, in my opinion. Why they should use the present tower as a catch-all tower is beyond me. It will take them anywhere from 6 months to a year to recover from whatever happens to their launch tower. Therefore, they do not need to perform the necessary actions. The success of Tower 1 is leveraged for Tower 2, and it is constructed accordingly. Specifically, catch capabilities are added to ensure flawless capturing, and boosters are sent back to the production facility after launch from Tower 1 on Tower 2. In the same way that you would the ship, clean it up, prepare it for the next launch, and make any necessary repairs. Complete return to Starbase, Texas after orbit. When they manage to capture a 250-foot tall booster that is far larger than your house, it will be amazing. Consider your own home. how long does it take you to get around considering that it is as large as a Starship? It is enormous, measuring 30 feet by 9 meters in circumference. It is a big tower that is 250 feet tall as well, and they will be landing it at Starbase Tower 2. Gwynne now claims that they will reclaim both stages. Tower 2's output will need to be accelerated if a tower catch is to be conducted. It might be completed later this year, but they might be able to finish it in 6 months. This means that in the meantime, they will precisely land the booster in the Gulf of Mexico. Likely, they will not land the Starship precisely in the Gulf of Mexico, but they will orbit there anyway. For the ensuing launches of Starship IFT4 and others, which were all scheduled to land in the Indian Ocean, the FAA conducted an environmental evaluation. We currently know that there is a little chance of the ship surviving the landing in the Indian Ocean based on the information we currently have about it. Most likely, it will fragment while in orbit. It is likely to explode in the Indian Ocean either by burning up or by some other means. It was something that the FAA had to deal with. They had to collaborate with SpaceX to determine whether or not the project would harm the Indian Ocean. In the end, they concluded that the project would not negatively impact the region. The majority of the ship will sink to the ocean below, sparing the fish, sea life, and other species. According to the information available to us, SpaceX plans to launch numerous times this year. A successful booster landing is likely to occur, and I think IFT4 or IFT5 will likely land the ship in the Gulf of Mexico after it catches land in the Indian Ocean. I'm guessing what they can achieve with hardware and software because they looked extremely good the last time and they are quite near. Both software and hardware upgrades were likely made to the booster. It is therefore possible that they will soft land the booster in IFT4 or IFT5, then land the ship in the Gulf of Mexico. It will require a little more time from him, but mastering re-entry is as crucial. Therefore, before they can do a soft landing, Starship must perfect both the re-entry and the deorbit. Once they have done so, the re-entry and the deorbit will guide them gently into the Gulf of Mexico or the Indian Ocean. It is going to blow out right now, as that is where we are at, and we are certain that it will be great. It may be a planned disassembly, but it may also be a fast unplanned disassembly. They could even plan to blow it up on purpose because they need to get it into orbit and they could run out of fuel or whatever. We're excited for the IFT4 flight since that's what they intend to achieve, as Shot nicely stated. SpaceX is blasting full speed ahead with Starship development. It might land in the ocean or get caught by a giant tower. Either way, it's gonna be epic. Leave a comment below telling us what you're most excited about for the Starship IFT4 launch. What do you think how much time it will take in real? Are you amazed by the progressing speed of SpaceX? If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, check out the other video here we have lined up for you.